Hello, I'm Ron Tolley with Liberty County Development Authority. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you about our efforts to create more jobs in Liberty County. A person needs a job, not only to support himself and his family. He needs a job to have a sense of self-worth, to feel good about himself. People need to work. In the very first chapter of the Bible, what did God do? God worked. He created the heavens and the earth. He created man. In the second chapter of the Bible, God took that man that he had created, and what did he tell him? In Genesis 2:15 it says, "The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it." The New Testament also has numerous references to work, such as Colossians 3:23. "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart." You all know that without jobs, people have to scrape for food. They can't support their family properly, nor their local church and charities. They can't lease nicer apartments or buy new homes. The jobs I'm here to discuss are tied to a referendum that will be on the ballot in the voting that is already occurring by mail-in, and it will conclude with in-person voting on November 3rd. The heading you will read on the referendum is this: Expansion of Level 1 Freeport Tax Exemption. That's a bit formal, but what it will do is simply extend the same tax benefits to e-commerce distribution centers that are already provided for regular distribution centers and has been done for decades. In the past, a distribution center was basically a warehouse that sent large shipments of goods to retail stores. You would drive to that retail store, purchase your items, and then take them back home. An e-commerce fulfillment center, as it's called in the referendum, is basically a distribution center as well. But it's different from the traditional distribution center in that it very conveniently ships your items directly to your front door. It takes a lot of people working a lot of jobs in these e-commerce fulfillment centers to fulfill all of the orders customers send into the websites of their favorite companies. Almost every one of the 159 counties in Georgia provide the original inventory tax exemption called Freeport for these distribution centers. This referendum will simply allow that exemption to be made available to those centers that distribute all of those items that people now buy online, popularly called e-commerce. Liberty County has been very successful in recruiting the original distribution centers. They now employ well over 1,300 people in our county and are adding more employees daily. We've done a great job in competing for distribution centers. Donald Lovett, our county commission chairman, would be very justified in using his term of Liberty County proud in describing these successes. However, we are not getting the jobs being created by the new type of e-commerce fulfillment centers. Why? Because we have not yet passed the Freeport inventory expansion for the e-commerce fulfillment centers. But our competing counties of Chatham, Bryan, McIntosh, and Screven have, and additional counties are considering doing their own referendums. Because these competing counties offer the expanded exemption and we don't, they are getting the new jobs and we aren't. We are losing out on jobs that start at $15 to $17.50 per hour and up. We are talking about facilities that hire scores and hundreds, and in some instances even thousands of employees. We want to be able to compete in attracting these new e-commerce fulfillment centers, but we need the expansion of the inventory Freeport exemption to do so. These new types of distribution centers, called fulfillment centers, are operated by companies such as Amazon, Walmart, Macy's, Lowe's, and many other major retailers that everyone knows. You've ordered from them. These new fulfillment centers are among the fastest growing industries in the U.S. We can't afford to lose out by not being able to compete for these operations. Please be assured the expansion of the inventory Freeport exemption will not create any new tax. It will simply exempt the inventory of the new companies, as the competing counties are already doing, and make Liberty County an equally competitive county for new locations and the creation of hundreds of jobs. So, if you want the opportunity for good paying jobs with benefits and continued growth with new opportunities in Liberty County, please keep this information in mind when you vote in this fall's election, and share this information with your congregation. I can't officially say that you should vote yes for the new jobs by voting for the expansion of Level 1 Freeport tax exemption, but I do hope that you will please keep this information in mind when you mail in your ballot or you step into the voting booth. Please don't forget to do this. This referendum will be the very last item on the ballot, so be certain to go on through the state constitution amendments and all the other items. Get down to that final one, because that's the one that will truly impact Liberty County. I appreciate it, and God bless.